Good evening, everyone. Coming to you live from John Kurtz Field on Georgia College's beautiful West Campus. It is time once again for Bobcat Baseball on the Bobcat Broadcast Network, alongside student broadcaster Connor King. This is Al Weston, Assistant Athletic Director, bringing the action. I'm a little out of breath because I've been running around some. Maybe I should just turn it over to Connor. He's been sitting here doing nothing. So let's do that. Connor's going to give you the starting lineups here between Peach Bell opener here for Georgia College as they take on the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern. Go ahead, Connor.
First Peach Bell conference game is, let's first look at the visiting Georgia Southwestern State University Hurricanes, who come in 3-4 overall and 0-0 first Peach Bell conference game. Leading off the second baseman, number 13, Jason Biada. Hitting second, the first baseman, number 1, Tyler Skelton. Hitting third, the right fielder, number 20, Jonathan Martin. Hitting cleanup, the center fielder, number 15, Hunter Foster. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Bo Halcomb. Hitting sixth, the designated hitter, number 2, Andy Moore. Hitting seventh, the shortstop, number 7, Matthew Manatas. Hitting eighth, the third baseman, number 22, Jamison Wilkes. And hitting ninth, the catcher, number 24, Jacob Hill.
All right, Connor, we're going to stop you there as the first pitch was fouled off there around the plate area. We do have Bradley Kamak on the mound. That's going to be the ace for Georgia College this season. He's got a 1-1 record, making his third appearance. All starts, 2.53 the ERA, 10 2/3 innings pitched, 8 hits against him, 6 runs, 3 of them earned, 4 walks, and 13 big strikeouts for the right-hander from Soperton, Georgia. He's a senior. Opponents hitting 200 against him. He's in his second year with Georgia College as he came transferring in from South Georgia State College and was an all-Peach Belt Conference, actually all-region reliever last year. Ended up starting once we got toward the postseason. At the end of the season, I think he made a total of 4 starts. And so now he is flipped into our ace spot as our last season's ace, and All-American Charlie Hecht is running the concession stand right now as he graduated and is a GA in the athletic department now. So 1-2 count here for Jason Beta, the second baseman. Big cut and a miss, and he goes down on strikes. So first strikeout, of course, for Kamak. And that makes it 1 down for Tyler Skelton.
Next up to bat.
Skelton on the season, a .333 average. He's playing in his 8th ball game. 11 hits, 7 runs scored, couple of doubles, and 3 driven in.
The pitcher, Kamak, is a senior exercise science major.
What about the audio? Can they hear the audio?
First pitch to him is in for a strike, 0-1.
Making his third appearance and start of the year. 5.63 on the ERA, 8 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 9 walks, and 10 strikeouts for him. .242 the opponent batting average for Garrett, as he is a junior, 6'1", 173 from Nashville, Georgia, and a transfer from ABAC down there in Tifton. Not sure, we used to have an alum that was coach, and I think that was Janausek down there that was coaching the ABAC squad, and so he might be a Georgia College alum. Of course, so lots of alum focus on Georgia Southwestern's coaching staff, as Josh McDonald, the head coach, was a graduate assistant here at Georgia College in 07, 08, 09, somewhere around there. And the pitching coach for Georgia Southwestern was also a former Bobcat pitcher. He spent 2 years on our pitching staff, was a 2-time all-conference guy, and the Peach Belt Conference Tournament MVP for Georgia College as well, Matt Lamoth. So lots of Bobcat influence on the coaching staff for the Hurricanes.
They probably know this area very well then.
Yes. I was joking around with Josh. I asked him if he found the place okay today. Pitch taken for a strike by Gentry, and Gentry has been hot as of late. .485 the batting average with 16 hits to lead the team, 10 runs. That also leads the squad. He's got misses there, so 1 of each now for Cal.
Speaking of alumni, this is our first game of
That's right. So we got the big homecoming weekend, getting that kicked off right here with some baseball on Friday night. Of course, a huge day tomorrow. Get on the fist for Gentry, and it's skied foul to the left side. Long run for everybody over there, and almost getting to it was Halcomb before it hit the turf. So that's a long strike, and Gentry will have to come back to the dish after the jog and be looking at a 1-2 count here from Garrett.
Bobcats trying to get some hits in early on.
Yep, Gentry the right guy to do it for you. As we mentioned, a team-high 16 hits on the season already. In his last ball game at West Georgia earlier this week, had 3 hits, scored a couple of runs as he went 3 for 4. Was a catalyst for the offense at the top spot. Off the end of the bat, and that'll scoot through the right side for a single. There's another Cal Gentry single to get things going here in the first. And that brings up Wesley Womack, a face we haven't seen in a little while.
Womack will step in. He's out of Monroe, Georgia. The redshirt senior who's a management major here at Georgia College. He will hit from the left side of the plate.
So Wesley Womack, battling a leg injury, hasn't played in a couple of weeks now, or about 4 ball games. Is that a pitch up and away to start off the senior from Monroe, Georgia? Wes, a 2-time all-conference guy. He's also got Conference Freshman of the Year honors and all-region as well. Expecting a lot out of this bat here. And when we were without him for a little bit, it kind of stymied the offense some. So hopefully he can get back in there. Got 2 guys coming back off of injury. Womack and the guy on deck, Austin Holloway, the catcher. Haven't seen any action in a little while, so it'll be great to see him get back to it. Garrett the set, the delivery. This is ripped past the second baseman. Beta tried to dive and attempt at it, couldn't get to it. Gentry doesn't hold up. He goes all the way through to third base. So back-to-back singles, and the Bobcats are in business here in the top of the first. Runners on the corners, nobody out for Austin Holloway.
Good way for the Bobcats to get early hits. Okay, with the 2 hits, that exceeds the Hurricanes' 1 hit from the top of the inning. And that'll bring up number 7, Austin Holloway, sophomore chemistry major out of Social Circle, Georgia.
So Holloway back in there. Again, apologize, folks, if we're having some technical difficulties. Power to his game as he's gotten older here, and now can drive the ball to the gap some as opposed to just, ripping singles out there like he did early in his career. Injury might slow him down a little bit. 2-2 pitch. Outside. Harrell. Runs full. It's our first full count, I believe, of the ball game.
3-2-1 across the board. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Runners on the corners. A couple of singles put him there to start the inning. Garrett to Garrett. Here it comes. Runner goes. And that's ball 4 up high. So the walk will load him up. For the shortstop, Jason Cook. Cook has been all over the lineup. Started out at the bottom half of it. And then they moved him into the leadoff spot for a bit. He's hit second. And now he's in an RBI location, a production location in the 6th slot. But he's had a bunch of hits for GC this year. As he's hitting .345, 10 hits. He's got 7 runs scored and 4 driven in. So hoping maybe those hits can drive in runs if you put them in that 5th slot. And he's got an RBI chance right here. First pitch misses for a ball.
Cook is a transfer from Chattahoochee Valley Community College last year.
Jason Cook, Bobcat shortstop. Garrett steps off, and he'll regroup. Pitch comes in, and it's in there for a called strike. First of 3 Peach Belt Conference series this weekend between the Bobcats and the Hurricanes. As Bobcats and Georgia Southwestern both get their conference portions of their schedules underway. That one bounced up there, came up in, I think, the face mask area of the catcher, Harrell, as he knocked it around out in front to keep the runners right where they were.
With this being the first game of Peach Belt Conference play, it's almost like opening night all over again.
Yeah, it's a big ball game. Of course, the conference ones mean a bit more, and particularly for Georgia College, with the Bobcats being the defending regular season and tournament champs a year ago. So putting that title and defending on the line here. Outside, and a 3-1 count. Don't have anywhere to put Cook, as the bases are all loaded up with Bobcats. Got Gentry on third. He's singled. Got Womack on second. He also singled. And then a walk to Garrett Green. Bases all loaded up. Sorry.
Bobcats did well in non-conference play.
And that is ball 4. So a walk of a run, the cheapest RBI in the ball game right there. And Cook brings in the first run of the game on the bases loaded walk.
Up to bat, Cassius Young.
For Jason, that's his 5th RBI of the season. And now it brings up Cassius Young. And there goes Matt Lamoth, familiar face. He spent many an inning on this John Kurtz mound. And now he steps out there as the pitching coach for Georgia Southwestern. Again, Matt was a huge piece of Peach Belt Tournament championship for the Bobcats, as we came in the 7th seed and ran through everybody to pick up a tournament win.
Bobcats trying to get to him early as the pitching coach come out in the 5th inning.
Yeah, that's not how any coach wants to draw it up. You don't want your pitching coach to get busy in the 1st. So Lamoth heads back to the dugout. And now Cassius Young up there. Let's see, did we do the numbers on him? I don't remember. We'll do them again just in case. .303 the batting average. He's got 5 runs scored, 10 hits, a couple of doubles, and a team-high 9 runs batted in. That is fouled off the very end of the bat.
Cassius Young, a sophomore out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep, went to Marist High and was a big recruit for Bobcat baseball. Expecting a lot out of this young man, and moved him over to third base over the weekend. He's playing pretty solid over there. This is hit well. Looks like it's going to be foul, though. Fair or foul, it's out of here either way, and that is a foul ball. Young hit the heck out of that one, and unfortunately just pulled it a little bit too much. Yeah, Georgia College, we're in ball game, what is it, number 10 now. This is 11, actually, isn't it?
They're 5 and 4, so we'll do the math.
Okay, so this is 10. All right, so we're in ball game number 10, and we still do not have a Georgia College home run yet this season. And Young was a couple of feet away from doing it right there.
The Hurricanes have 7 home runs of the team.
Garrett working from the full windup. Here he comes, and it's a little bit outside. So 1 and 2 now.
Check that, 9 home runs.
9 home runs already for the Hurricanes.
I got a redo edition.
The leader with 3 is Bo Halcomb, the left fielder. 1-2 pitch on the way to Young. Swung on and hit well. Going to get down into left field for a single. 1 run comes in to score. Here comes Garrett Green. The throw to the plate is cut off. It's a 2-run single for Cassius Young. And the Bobcats are up 3-1. So Green and Womack come in to score for Young. That is now 11 RBI here in his sophomore season. So no sophomore slump for Cassius Young. Jay Saunders at the plate now. Catcher by trade. He's playing left field today to try and get both he and Holloway's bats in the lineup, as they both have been hot here early. Saunders, 421 with 8 hits, 4 runs scored. He's got a double and the team's only triple with 5 runs batted in. Got 3-0 the score here, as Saunders is at the plate.
Bobcats trying to get it done early, and calendar turn to Peach Buck Conference play, and they're making their runs count.
Swung on, foul back and out of play.
Still hoping for the rain to stay away, as it's misty here at the West Campus of Georgia College.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's still coming down or not. I'm trying to look up in the light fixtures there. I think we might have a little bit of moisture coming down. So it could be tricky as the ball hits the infield grass. You know, some of those throws, the ball could be slick and all that. So expect some errors here today, potentially. We will see. Saunders with a 1-1 pitch. It's low and away. Jay Saunders.
We're hoping for the rain to stay away, because we got double header action in 3 sports tomorrow.
Yep, going to be a busy day out here at John Kurtz Field. A 1 p.m. start for 2 ball games between the Hurricanes and Bobcats to finish off the series. We've also got softball at 1 p.m., and that's between the Bobcats in a non-conference matchup with Belmont Abbey College out of North Carolina. 2-1 pitch on the way. Runners go. Cut on and missed. Throw down to third. Gets away. And Cook will step on the bag and take home as well on the error. So it's a stolen base and an error, and now the Georgia College Bobcats lead it 4-0.
Great piece of base running there and figuring out where the ball was going. And they made it in to score. So now there'll be a 2-2 count to Saunders. The redshirt freshman from Moultrie, Georgia. He'll face a 2-2 pitch.
2-2 on the way to Saunders. Looks like a breaking pitch there. He's got kind of the overhand delivery coming straight off the top, so like a 12-6 breaking ball it is. And count runs full here. Up and in, and that's ball 4. So the walk for Saunders puts him on first base. Still just 1 down, and now Therese Miller at the plate.
Bobcats making it known that they're staying in this game. Therese Miller out of McDonough, Georgia, the redshirt senior studying management. Hit out of the 8 hole with 1 out.
Miller from McDonough takes a look at a fastball up. Limited action for him last year. Just got caught in the depth chart as we had a a lot of people that played the outfield positions. And but this year, the ability to jump in the lineup early, and he really has grabbed onto it with both hands, not giving it up. 1-0 pitch, tap foul off the end of the bat. So Therese, 345 the batting average. Bobcats as a whole hitting 327 compared to 260 for Georgia Southwestern. The team ERA for the Hurricanes, 5.52 for GC. I got them at 4.16. 1-1 pitch is foul back and out of play. So 1-2 to the Bobcat senior. Therese will play both corner outfield spots, a little bit of second, a little bit of third. A lot of versatility on the Georgia College lineup this year. Runners on the corners. A 1-2 on the way. Swung on, lifted, foul, back behind us again.
We definitely got the crowd filing in slowly here in the first inning for game number 1 of Bobcat Sports for homecoming weekend. The Peach Belt Conference opener. And that ball is taken outside, 2-2. Therese Miller will step back in for the 2-2 pitch. Runners at the corners and Hero.
Yeah, second base there. That is Beta flipping it over to Skelton for the second out of the ball game. The run comes in to score as Young touches on home plate for a 5-0 lead here in the first.
So good sacrifice ground out to bring in the run. Now 5-0 Bobcats. For Cam Hill, the freshman biology major from Marietta. Miller, the left-handed batter. Hill, excuse me, the left-handed batter.
Lefty Hill here. Trying to make things interesting with 2 outs. Favorable count. 2 down, though. And a runner on second. RBI for Miller was his 8th of his senior season. Pours a strike in there on the freshman. Cam Hill, 259. Got 7 hits, 7 runs, 7 RBI. 7's a lucky number for old Cam.
Maybe he needs to change his 21 to like 77.
Yeah. Who's got number 7? We're going to have to change that up. Austin Holloway, going to have to trade with him. 1-1 pitch. Low and inside. And 2-1 here to the Bobcat center fielder.
Bobcats coming off a 4-2 win at West Georgia on Wednesday.
Yeah, nice to get those midweek wins. Those are the ones that, those region ball games like that, where they can decide that positioning later in the season in the region polls that help decide the teams going for at-large bids and things like that. I think it might be 27 out there, Will. What do you think? If that's 27, that's Matthew Snyder. He is a righty pitcher. But someone warming up for Georgia Southwestern here early in the first. Deuce wild once again at Kurtz Field. And a 2-2 pitch coming from Garrett to Hill. Swung on, hit to the right side, and it will get through. All the way to the outfield. The run will come in to score easily. It's another RBI single, this time for Cam Hill. Bobcats up 6-0 here in the first.
Well, the Bobcats went all the way through the order. And that'll bring back up Cal Gentry. Gentry singled his first time up. And actually no extra base hits so far. Bobcats have just walked and singled. So we'll read your E at the top of the order as Cal Gentry.
Good news for the Cats as you send 10 guys to the plate in the very first day, and we're not done yet. How about our single through the right side? Gentry with 2 singles in the inning. As he sprays one to each side, he poked one through third and short, and this one goes through between second and first.
Hitting on all sides of the plate.
So Gentry on first now, Cam Hill on second for Wesley Womack. Womack with a 1-for-1 ball game so far, a run scored earlier this inning. 6 runs on 5 hits already for GC. The 1 hurricane error, not much of a factor as once you put in all these hits, those runs would have come across anyway. Garrett comes set. First delivery to Womack, floats in there for a strike. Move the breaking pitch to start off Wes. Wes, the Bobcat designated hitter here in this one.
Womack singled his first time up.
Transferred from Georgia perimeter, spent 1 redshirt year there. Then came to GC and has been a starter since stepping on campus. Swung on and ripped back up the middle. 2 hits for Womack this inning as that drives in a run. Another single as we've had all 6 hits have been singles.
Good ABC ball with no extra base hits.
Yep, just doing a base at a time here. And that brings up Austin Holloway. Holloway, a strikeout victim. He's 0 for 1. Womack, the RBI, his 4th of the season. Again, missed a little bit of time with injury. Wide open stance for Holloway. He takes a pitch up and away. Didn't miss by much, but Holloway able to lay off it. Georgia College sporting the new uniforms. Don't appear to be too much different from the other home whites, other than the number style. It appears to be like a different font. But yeah, looking sharp with the new unis. First time I get to see them. Tip foul.
A lot of white and green with the new uniforms. You
Yep.
got a little blue on the GC.
Yep.
On
Well,
the
Coach Eller likes to call him the green machine. He likes to focus on that green color that kind of separates us from the other schools in the conference. You see a squad like Georgia Southwestern, they have blue. Landers got blue. Columbus State's got blue, but nobody else in the league has green as one of their feature colors. So. Yep, Clayton State blue, Augusta blue. There's all sorts of blues all over the league. Pitch taken. No, swung on for a strike. 1-2 now. As Holloway already has one out this inning. He doesn't want to be the guy twice in one inning. That would be a shame. He's the only guy not having success.
Yeah, if you kind of walk success, then yes. There's been 2 walks in the game for the Bobcats. 3 walks.
Takes a look at one that bounces low, and that'll even things out. Another deuces wild here at Kurtz Field.
One great thing about walks is although your average isn't affected, it helps with your on-base percentage.
7 runs already here in the first. Now, this is what Tampa did to the Bobcats last weekend. Scoring a bunch early, and it really just kind of made everything comfortable and could roll downhill from there. 2-2 pitch. Off that fist and foul. So we'll go again at 2-2.
So we're deuces wild all over again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Appreciate you tuning in on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Had a couple of stumbles early, but worked out the kinks hopefully, and we'll be nice and smooth for the rest of this ball game. Thankfully, the Bobcats didn't have any kinks to work out. They've already put 7 runs up on the board. Chop to short. Holloway going to have to get down first base, and he comes up a little uncomfortable as that throw gets away. I think that's going to be an error on the shortstop, and I don't know if Austin's going to stay out there or not. Maybe I'm the only one who saw that. As Holloway had to let up a little bit, he was limping some. It was a leg injury that kept him out beforehand.
So now Garrett Green will hit 11th man. Not 11th. I'm not doing my math correctly again. 13th.
All right, so reaching on the air is Holloway. All right, so the second mound meeting here in the first, and that is going to close the day on the starting pitcher. We're going to take a brief break and tell you about the new reliever for Georgia Southwestern after this here, as soon as we figure out who it is. We'll be right back with that information in just a moment.
Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Back here in the bottom of the first inning with a 8-0 score. Casey Brown will pinch run at first as Garrett Green will step in. He'll take a ball low outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners to the corners.
I want to say that's down south. Yeah.
Bobcats getting on the scoreboard early, up 8.
Sorry about that, Connor. I had to iron some stuff out for tomorrow, as that's a pitch taken for a strike there by Garrett Green. Did you tell folks about the new pinch runner over at first base?
We got Casey Brown.
Yep, so Brown's over there for Holloway. Unfortunately, it did look like Holloway was limping down the first baseline. So that injury that had bothered him and kept him out of the lineup for a little over a week is going to continue. This one kicks up on the shortstop. I'd say we probably go hit there, guys, as that one was a pretty hot shot on the shortstop. So Green's going to get an infield single, and that will bring in another run, right? Is that we're up to 8 now? Yeah, so that was Gentry scoring on that one. RBI single for Green.
So now bring up Jason Cook. Cook walked. There's officially 0 for 0. No official at bat yet.
Okay, so Cook up there, and I think the first pitch bounced for a ball. 1-0. Cook a walk, stole a base, scored a run already in this inning. Brown checked into second base on that single by Green, so it's first and second. Taking a look at this, Garrett Green up to 9 RBI on the season. As that one missed as well, it's 2-0.
Cook out of Smyrna, Georgia, the junior, majoring in exercise science. A science major.
Toss to the plate, and that's pulled in there for a strike, 2-1. Down at the Bobcat bullpen, have Bradley Kamak warming up a little bit as he has been sitting in the dugout for roughly 20 to 25 minutes or so at this point, and he's got to get that right arm warmed up again. He's probably cooled down some, especially on a misty night like tonight. 2-1. Foul back and out of play to the right side. See some 2-2 the count.
And we're deuces wild again here.
So Cook at the plate, got 2 runners on. So this Scott McLeod deuces wild as well. He needs to have the 2 runners. That's part of his deuces wild calls. It's not an official deuces wild unless he's got the 2 runners on. 2-2 pitch on the way. And that one misses low. So the count will run full here. That'll get the wheels in motion. Brown on second, and over at first, that's Garrett Green. So those guys will get moving. Something to the gap. We'll probably be able to play the pair. That is big news. Thank you to Mr. Evans there, as that is the 200th hit in the career of Garrett Evans just now. And that's a called strike 3, so ending the inning is Cook on a strikeout looking. But congratulations to Garrett Green for the 200th hit of his collegiate baseball career. And it also brings in a run as well, which I'm sure he's more proud of. So 9-0 the score here after 1. We'll be right back with inning number 2 in just a moment. Okay, folks, we're back to it here, top of the second. Yeah. And going to be Halcomb, Moore, and Mamata Stu up. Halcomb, the number 5 hitter in the Georgia Southwestern order. Let's see what we got on him so far this year. Halcomb has 286 the average, 8 hits, 9 runs scored, 3 big home runs, and 8 RBI, so a power guy as he leads the team in those last 2 categories. This is Rip foul back behind us. So starting off here with a 9-0 advantage are the Bobcats. 9 runs on 7 hits and a couple of errors for Georgia Southwestern. There's a pitch taken for a strike. 0-2 now.
If you're Bradley Kamak, you cannot be complaining. With a 9-run lead. And this is grounded to second base. That'll be a 4-3 ground out. For out number 1.
Okay, so a nice ground out there to retire Halcomb. And that brings up Andy Moore, the designated hitter. Big fella there in the left-hand batter's box. Moore, 286 as well on the average. 4 hits in 14 trips. He's got a double and 5 runs batted in. Andy Moore. Swung on, and off the end of the bat, that playing against the shift is Moore as he rattles one down into the corner for extra bases. Throw comes in from Brown, and it's a stand-up double for Andy Moore. How about that? That is the second double of the season for Moore. A runner in scoring position for the Hurricanes, and Matthew Mamatas, the shortstop, up.
Nice way to respond after the huge inning by the Bobcats.
Second hit of the ball game for the Hurricanes. And a nice piece of hitting. Just took that outside pitch where it was thrown, did the left-hand batter, and sent it right down that third baseline. So this is Mamatas. We have it a 143 average, and he takes a strike there. So a slow start for Mamatas with 4 hits, 2 runs scored, a double, and 2 RBI.
They must think he can come back strong, hitting the 3-hole.
Low and away here. Nice breaking pitch there from Kamak, just busted too far outside the zone. Swung on, lace foul back to the fence. And it's 1-2 to Matthew Mamatas. That's one of the more interesting names here in this Hurricane lineup. Mamatas. I like that. Fun to say. Yeah, right?
I was thinking that same thing.
Yep, so we got the runner on second. That is Moore. He just tagged a double down the third baseline, and Kamak trying to maybe pick up a strikeout here.
Bradley Kamak is out of Soperton, Georgia, the exercise science major senior.
Soperton, I think, down near that like Valdosta kind of area, Vidalia. Near Dublin? Okay, thanks. Skied to the right side. Long run for everybody over there, and they just barely ran out of room. Had Miller, Gentry, and Green all over there. And it just got on the other side of that fence there down the first baseline. A good amount of foul territory to work with for defenders out there, but just barely missed it. Two the count. Kamak brings the delivery. Swung on, a chopper to the right side, hops up nicely there for Gentry. He flips to first. Gentry to Green for out number 2. Both outs this inning have been ground outs to that very spot. Advancing to third on the plays, Andy Moore. And that brings up Jamison Wilkes, the third baseman. Wilkes on the season, 214 the average with 6 hits, 3 runs scored. He's got a double and a triple and 3 RBI. So of those 6 hits, 2 of them for extra bases. So that's a pretty solid 321 on the slugging percentage compared to that 214 average. Big thank you to Jimmy Wilson letting me know that Silverton very close to Eastman, Georgia, which is where Jimbo's from. The metropolis known as Eastman, he mentioned in the text. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. If you've been to Eastman, you might know that joke, what he's trying to say there. It's one of those blink and you miss it kind of towns. 1-2. Off the fist, foul back to the fence.
Georgia Southwestern State University plays out of Americus, Georgia.
Yep, got a 3-4 record so far. Played West Alabama pretty tough last weekend. Swung on and missed, and down on strikes goes Wilkes. Third strikeout of the ball game, third out of the inning. And it gets Kamak out of a little bit of a jam as he had a man on third. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Georgia College 9, Georgia Southwestern 0. We'll be right back here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
All right, folks, we're back to the action here. It is the bottom of the second. Georgia College all over this one early, 9-0. Got Young, Saunders, and Miller due up for GC. Of these three guys, we got a couple of runs scored and a hit and a pair of RBI in the first. Cassius Young with a big hit, had a 2-run single to really get things going in the first. All right, so this is the second inning, as Georgia College sent 14 guys to the plate in the first inning. Really jumping up on this one early. Fastball stays up, a quick 2-0 count here for the Bobcat third baseman. Again, plenty of action to catch here on the Georgia College campus this weekend. Got softball tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Got more baseball at 1 o'clock tomorrow. This is hit well. Skied to left. Back to the wall. And out of here. Home run, Cassius Young. The first home run of the season for the Bobcats. Just like last year. Belongs to Cassius Young. He hit one home run against Payne College in the first series of the year last year. RBI number 12 for Cash, as he is up to now, I believe, 2 home runs in his career. I think that was the only home run he hit last season was in that first season, or first series. Cassius Young got all over that one. Good stuff, huh, Connor?
It comes on opening night of Peach Belt Conference play.
Yep, big spot for a big slug, and now we're up 10-0 with Jay Saunders, the new catcher now, at the plate. Bowen stayed in the ball game for Holloway after pinch running, took over in left field. Wow. Yes, I keep doing that with Bryce Bowen. Sorry about that, folks. It is Casey Brown that is now the left fielder. Skied to right field, slicing away from Martin, but he is able to get underneath it for out number 1. 1 out, bases empty for Therese Miller. Miller 0 for 1, but he does have an RBI because he drove in a run with a ground out to the right side. Miller from McDonough, Georgia, transfer from Georgia Southern. kick in the fire, and it catches the outside black. Got a Friday night in Peach Belt Conference action. Pretty full slate here. I think it's all conference play except for 2 ball games. North Georgia's got Southern Indiana, USC and Florida Southern. We'll try and give you some of that scores as we go a little bit later into the day. Sky high pop up to left field, and Holcomb, no problem getting underneath that one as Miller just got a little bit underneath it to send it to left. 2 down for Cam Hill. Hill a single, an RBI single at that. And he also scored a run in the first. So 1's across the board for the freshman center fielder.
There was 2 previous Peach Belt Conference games prior to today.
Yeah, had a series there with Francis Marion and somebody. Who were they playing? Augusta, yeah. So they had that full 3-game series last weekend. And it went pretty well for the Patriots there. Francis Marion picking up the sweep, I think, right? Did they go 3-0? Yeah, they sure did. Yeah, went 3-0. So a good start for the Patriots. Have been down the last couple of years. This one's guide to center field. And they're going to be caught just shy of the warning track. Good poke there for Cam Hill. Haven't seen too much power from him yet in his Bobcat career. But instead, it's just a fly out. Bobcats pick up 1 more. We're up to double digits now, 10-0 here after 2. We'll be right back.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Top of the 3rd inning, and taken to the plate for the first time, Jacob Harrell, the catcher, the number 9 hitter for the Hurricanes. So he sees his first action with his team already down 10 runs here, as the Bobcats have been pretty busy on the base pass. Pitch misses for a ball. And Harrell, what do we got on him this year? A 130 average, 3 hits and 23 at-bats. No runs scored, no home runs, and 3 driven in. Pitch taken for a strike. So 1-1 to count here to the Hurricane catcher. Americus, Georgia. Of course, that's I think that's where Jimmy Carter makes his home now. Plains. 2-1. Pretty close there, though, isn't it? Yeah, because I think he he talks at each year he comes and talks with some of the sports teams down there. I know he's a treasure for everybody down in that area. Pitch taken for a strike. Got a 2-2 count here. The kick and the pitch. And that's a called strike 3. Caught him looking at one, and he snapped back into the zone. Might have been like a 2-seam fastball. Looked like it kind of had some movement from off the plate to on the outside half. But at any rate, that is strikeout number 4 of the ball game for Kamak, as he's throwing pretty well here early. 33 pitches and 24 strikes.
I didn't see, was that swing or looking?
That was a looking strikeout right there. Back to the top of the order. And a pitch taken for a strike by Jason Beta. Beta went 0 for 1. He got a swinging strikeout in his first trip. Beta, where we got him from. He's a senior from Fruitland Park, Florida, and a Lake Sumter State transfer. 1-1 the count. Might be about time to turn on the lights in the press box here. It's getting a little dark. Lights starting to take effect on the field as well. That wasn't a hint, Connor. You don't have to do that, bud. We can make somebody else do it. Swung on and fouled off. Connor going to doff the headset. Just make sure you don't turn on the fans, too. A little chilly for fans tonight. Oh, yeah. Those are some Gale Force fans. They have one speed, and it is full on, like airplane propeller kind of situation. 1-2 pitch. Tried to check the swing, could not win around. That'll be a swing and strikeout. Second strikeout for Beta today, and the 5th in the ball game for Kamek.
Yeah, I already did that last week. I turned on the fan.
Yeah, you got them both last time. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
yeah, because you thought it was.
Because you know those places where it's like you flip one and the lights are like dim. But
Yep,
you flip them
does
both
like
and the
half of.
light, yeah.
Yep. One of my offices is that way. Some of the storage space over in Centennial. All right, Tyler Skelton, the first baseman, takes a strike there. What did he do first time? A single for Skelton. Skelton wearing number 1. He's a sophomore, 6'2", 181 from Forsyth, Georgia, in Mary Persons High. Mary Persons High. 0-1. As Brad brings a lively fastball, but it's up and away. Of course, basketball tomorrow as well at 3:30.
Later start than baseball and softball.
Yep, want to give time for the parade and all that kind of stuff on homecoming. It's a busy morning. I think they're not sure if they still have the race that they run, that Bobcat Ramble. I'm not sure if that's still on homecoming weekend or not. I think they might have moved it. Did they move it? Oh, yeah, that color run, that was a different thing. Off the end of the bat, that's going to scoot into right field for a single. Nice opposite field hitting for Skelton. Gosh, I think that's what he did the first time up, too, if I remember right. I think he sent it through the right side last time, but he's 2 for 2. Good day here for Skelton so far. 2 down base runner for Georgia Southwestern is Jonathan Martin. He's 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice, did steal a base as well.
I know the homecoming parade is tomorrow morning.
Yep, that's. I think that's the first bit of festivities they got going on tomorrow morning is that parade. Tonight, of course, the concert got Moon Taxi as the headliners, Sky to Center, and this is Hill getting underneath it for out number 3. So 1 hit, they leave him out there, and we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd now. Georgia College up 10-0. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
To the bottom of the 3rd we go as the Bobcats are up by double digits, 10-0 here from John Kurtz Field on the west campus of Georgia College and State University. Cal Gentry will lead things off for the Bobcats, the junior marketing major from Perry, Georgia. He'll step in the first pitch. He swings it and it will ground it into right field for a leadoff single. So good piece of hitting right off the bat for Cal Gentry. His third single of the game, 3 for 3. And now bring up pinch hitter number 16, Will Hudgens. He'll pitch hit for Wesley Womack.
No, what Will Hudgens is, sir.
Womack went 2 for 2 on the night. He got 2 singles.
Yes.
So with him,
Will Hudgens.
with Womack just now coming back, they're gonna take him out here in the third inning after a bunch of play had occurred. Hudgens, a senior out of Dunwoody, Georgia.
You don't need to buy a pickup that gets thrown away. Obviously. In that case, it's going to be error.
Hudgens transferred from Georgia Southern University last year.
Yes, that is number 10. So.
And the first pitch is taken on the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. Hudgens, a senior, is majoring in marketing in the College of Business. He'll look for the 1-0 pitch. In there, right down the middle for strike 1-1.
They've worked with Tommy John III. He's like a doctor. He's written a book on he's mad that all these young kids have to get this.
Hudgens coming in 320. 6 RBIs, 8 hits.
Some position players have had to get like huge careers for the Yankees.
He will check his swing, and that will go low for a ball, 2-1.
They said he swung.
Oh, he did? So
Yeah.
Oh.
cancel. So you get a strike.
Check that. They did say he swung, so that'll be a strike. Count is now 1-2. And that one he swung right through. They're going to have to throw to first base.
Strikeout, wild pitch.
And we'll see what this is going to be.
KSWP.
Up to bat.
And then that'll be a strikeout. Strikeout swinging for Hudgens. And that will now bring up Austin Holloway. Check that. That will bring up Casey Brown. So Casey Brown will come in and hit for Holloway.
Not on the second because it thinks there's an out.
There is an out. There's no one on first.
Oh, he was.
First base is occupied.
And he will fly this into center field. Enough room for the center fielder, Foster, as he'll take it in for out number 1.
All right, Connor, what I miss, buddy? Anything good?
Just an out, just an out and a hit. We gotta run at third base. So it sounds like you said Womack is just now coming back after that 10 runs all the way in. It sounds like they're gonna give him some rest.
Yeah, maybe 2 hits, 2 trips. This is hit well by Green back to the fence there, and then a great catch by Halcomb as he was battling all the way on that one. Didn't give me time to tell you that was Garrett Green flying out, but yeah. So I guess Womack done for this ball game. Going to save him, hopefully. Hopefully it's not the injury flaring back up on him. Maybe we'll see if we can get a word on that. But 3 in the books now. Georgia College up 10-0. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. All right, folks, we're back to action here. We've reached the fourth. That means it's time for Connor to take over, plus my dad's here, so I want to visit with him a little bit. That'll be fun. All right, so enjoy the vocal stylings of Connor King. Here we go.
Top of the fourth inning we go. The Hurricanes will look to hit. The first pitch was swung out way up into the outfield. The second baseman will come in and get that. That is Gentry. Bo Halcomb will come in to hit now. Halcomb. .286 coming into this game. As he takes the ball right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 with 1 out. Halcomb, 3 homers, 8 RBIs, 17 total bases. And he takes the second pitch right down the middle for strike number 2. The night sky is starting to take form as the lights go down onto the field. And that ball is caught outside the batter's box for ball 1 and 2. One-two count to Holloway. Check this is Halcomb. 2-2 with the ball low. Similar names in the roster, gotta be careful. And we will reset the ball here for the 2-2 count. Top of the fourth with 1 out, no one on base. For number 25, Bo Halcomb. And Halcomb will foul this one into the foul territory on the right field side. And that'll go out of the way of the first baseman. Halcomb is a sophomore out of LaGrange, Georgia. Standing 6'1". Two with the count to Halcomb. And that ball goes low outside for a ball number 3. Full count. 1 out here to Bo Halcomb. First game of several games for you this homecoming weekend. The 3-2 pitch is low for a ball. That'll be a walk for Halcomb. And that will now bring up the next hitter. Andy Moore will hit. Moore, a right-handed hitter. The redshirt sophomore from Warner Robins, Georgia. Attended Houston County High School. Houston County High School, uncorrected. And that ball is right down the middle. I thought it went low, but they gave it a strike. 1-1. Run out first and 1 out. More pitches. That ball goes outside. 2-1. Moore, the designated hitter, as he will hit this to the left and back foul. Redo it again at 2-2. Runner at first. 10-0. If you missed the first inning, you missed a lot. Now that gets fouled back. Bobcats went up for 9 runs in the first and didn't think it was enough and added one more in the second. Left-handed hitting Moore. The 2-2 pitch is, instead he will check the runner at first. So we'll do it again here at 2-2. And that ball will go low. Full count now to Moore, putting up a good fight here. As we get set for the payoff pitch. And that ball gets grounded right to the first baseman, Green, for out number 2. So 3 unassisted on that ground out. 1 out in the inning. That'll bring up number 7, Matthew Mamatas. We were saying earlier when he came up to that last, fun name to say, Mamatas, the freshman from McDonough, Georgia. Alright, 2 outs. It is 2 outs, I can confirm. That goes in for a strike, 0-1. Runner at second, 2 out. The pitch is in there, right down the middle for a strike, 0-2. Looking for one more strike here. The 0-2 pitch. And that ball goes off the plate outside, 1-2. To Matthew Mamatas, standing 5'8". As night has fallen here in Milledgeville, Mamatas will take that into the right center field. That'll roll to the fence. Runner will come around the score and and Mamatas will pull into second with a 2-out RBI double. As the Hurricanes are now on the board, 10-1. So just like that, we have a contest. Now that'll bring up number 22. Jameson Wilkes, sophomore, out of Paulding County, Georgia. First pitch to him is high for a ball, 1-0. Wilkes stands 5'8". That ball comes in for a strike, 1-1. 1-1 is the count. And he'll throw a second, the runner will get back. 1-1 pitch, and that is swung through for a strike. Move the count to 1-2. Earlier this last inning, Cassius Young picked up the first home run for the Bobcats in the 2019 season. And the pitch is taken right down the middle, struck out looking, and that will end the inning. So, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We played 3.5. Bobcats up 10-1 on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Jason Cook set to lead things off here for the Bobcats in the bottom of the 4th inning. 10 runs on 9 hits and no errors so far for the Bobcats. As Cook will take one right down the middle and swing right through it for a strike. 0-1. Cook walked his first time up and struck out looking last time, so officially 0-1. And that ball bounced in the dirt, 1-1. Cook came into play with a .345 average. Takes a strike that was in there, but still over the strike zone, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is swung at into center field. That'll be a hit, and it'll be he will turn the bag at first, but run back for a leadoff single for Jason Cook.
Next up at the plate for the Bobcats, Cassius Young.
That'll be the first hit of the ball game for Cook. And that'll bring up Cassius Young. Cassius Young working at a perfect night, 3 for 3, all singles. So let's see if he can do that again here. Cassius Young, the third baseman. That'll come in for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch to Young is bounced in there. That'll be ball number 2, 2-0. 10-1 the score from John Kurtz Field. Cassius Young, sophomore from Atlanta. The pitch. That ball goes outside. They'll throw down to second, and it'll roll into center field. So stolen base. There. Stolen base. And I'll be running at second and a 2-0 count to Young. That'll be a stolen base for Jason Cook. Now a 3-0 count. To Young. And that ball will go outside, so that'll be a walk to Young.
At the plate for the Bobcats, Jay Saunders.
And I now bring up Jay Saunders. Jay Saunders 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out to right. First and second, no one out. Great spot here to get Saunders' first hit of the game. And the first pitch will bounce outside for a ball 1-0. One 0 count. Night has fallen here in Milledgeville and no rain as of right now. That ball goes outside 2-0. Not trying to jinx anything. The right-handed hitting Saunders will step back in if they see 2-0 count. That ball will touch the dirt for another ball. 3-0, so a great hitters count for Saunders. The redshirt freshman from Moultrie, Georgia. Already walked once this inning. We could use another one here. The 3-0 pitch. And that ball goes low and outside. The 4-pitch walk to Jay Saunders. Second walk of the game for him. And they'll now bring up Therese Miller. And it looks like we'll get a pitching change. We'll see here as the manager of the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes comes out. And yeah, we will have a pitching change, so we'll take a short break and be right back. Right here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Bobcats up 10-1. New pitcher now for the Hurricanes. They'll call on number 14, Tyler Stewart. As Stewart comes in with a 1-1 record, a 13.50 ERA. 3 1/3 innings pitched on 2 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 5 walks and 4 strikeouts. And the first pitch was in there for ball, 1-0 to number 23, Therese Miller. Miller 0 for 2, ground out, and then fly to left. And that ball is still outside for another ball, 2-0. The 2-0 count now to Miller. And that ball sails inside. So now a 3-0 count to Miller. As the new pitcher is struggling to find the strike zone. As he comes out, bases loaded, no one out, so there's no room here. No room for air. And that one is popped to the pitcher, who will throw to home plate for the out. So 1-2 on that fielder's choice. And that will be out number 1 as the bases will be loaded. So now number 21, Kim Hill, will hit. Single and a fly to right. And that first pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth inning. The 1-0 pitch bounces in there for another ball, 2-0. The new pitcher is struggling to find the strike zone. Stuart Tyler. Apologize, I think I said it in the wrong order. Tyler Stewart earlier. Stuart Tyler. As Mr. Tyler throws that in low for ball, 2-0. 3-0. The hitters count, nowhere to put him. The pitch is outside and runner will come in and give Cam Hill an RBI. An RBI walk. And now it's 11-1 Bobcats. We'll turn the lineup card over and bring Cal Gentry. Gentry 3 for 3, all singles. See if he can improve upon that. First pitch is down in the strike zone, 0-1. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the fourth. 1 run already in. And that pitch goes right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Stuart Tyler is starting to find the strike zone after coming on earlier with the bases loaded and no one out. That ball goes and rolls to the fence, but the runners will hold. Count will move to 2-1. Two one of the count. I'm overhearing laughter at the original name of Bobcat Broadcast Network. And that ball drops in low. Count goes to 2-2. Did I hear correctly? The Bobcat Broadcast Network is 2 years old? 2 years old.
We just made it up, so it's kind of tough to tell.
And according to our director, we made it up.
We should at least try and sound professional.
2-2.
Yeah, I think he just did.
2-2. The count. That ball goes high. 3-2. Full count now to College Entry. That ball goes low, so RBI walk again. Make that now 12-1.
Next up at the plate for the Bobcats, Will Hudgens.
And now bring up Will Hudgens. Hudgens, 1 at bat so far. And now with a strikeout swing. Hudgens takes one low and inside for ball 1-0. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1-0 count. 12 total runs on 10 hits for the Bobcats. Hudgens takes it inside 2-0.
It was so funny.
2-0 count on Hudgens.
Because it was like, he just transferred to West Georgia, and that was his. And so it was like,
That ball comes in and is clearly too high. 3-0, so another hitter's count. 3-0 here to Will Hudgens from Dunwoody. And once again, for I think the third time, nowhere to put him, bases loaded. And that ball goes right down the middle. 3-1. Three and one. And that swung right through for a strike. 3-2. Full count. And he swings through that, and that'll be a strikeout. So Hudgens will strike out, swing. Second strikeout of the night for him, and that'll bring up number 3, Casey Brown. Brown flew out to center. And it'll be up to him if the Bobcats want to keep this inning going. Brown takes that in for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 is the count. And that ball rolls out of the glove to the left. Runners will hold. We'll do it again at 1-1. Brown looks in the pitch. Brown sends this in the left. The shortstop will catch it, and that'll be a RBI single for Casey Brown. Another run scores, 3 in the inning, 13-1. So the inning will continue as Garrett Green, the redshirt senior from Bogart, Georgia, will hit. Green has walked, singled, and lastly flew to left. It looks like we'll have a meeting on the mound. Will we see a move here, or is it just a pitching coach meeting? As Garrett Green will be the next batter for the Bobcats. And it looks like we'll stay with the same pitcher, so Stuart Tyler will hit. Stuart Tyler, the pitcher. Garrett Green will hit. Green steps in. 2 outs, bases loaded. And that ball goes way inside, calling Green to duck out of the way. Green literally had to escape the batter's box to get over that ball. Count moves to 1-0. One no count to Green. Redshirt senior. And that ball hits the dirt for another one. 2-0. So Bobcats taking advantage of these hitter counts. They're up by 12 here in the bottom of the 4th. And this one is flied into left center field. And this one is caught in center. So Bobcats will pick up 3 in the inning on a ton of hits as they leave 3 bases loaded. Bobcats 13. And the Georgia Southwestern 1 on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate into a complex world. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
4 innings in the books as we move to the top of the 5th. Number 24, Jacob Hale, will take a ball outside 1-0. The catcher, junior from Rome, Georgia. That one will find the strike zone 1-1. And he swung through that for a strike 1-2. Top of the 5th, 13-1. Hurricanes 1 run on 4 hits and 2 errors. Bobcats 13 runs on 11 hits and no errors. And that ball gets fouled back. Count moved to 2-2. Two is the count. And that ball gets down into right field for a leadoff single. So leadoff single for the Hurricanes. And I'll bring up number 13. Jason Beta will pop it up into foul territory on the left side. Out of the view. What's the call? Didn't catch it, so it'll be foul ball. 0-1 will be the count. Jason Beta, the hitter. The senior out of Fruitland Park, Florida. Beta swings through that one for a strike 0-2. Runner at first. And this one is swung through for a strike. So that'll be a strikeout. And I'll bring up Skelton. Tyler Skelton, the sophomore from Forsyth, Georgia. The first baseman for the Hurricanes takes it right down the middle. That'll be strike number 1. Oh, 1 is the count. And that one gets fouled to the right, out of the way. Count will move to 0-2. Run out first. And he'll check the run out first. Count will stand at 1-1 to Tyler Skelton. The 1-1 pitch is bounced on the outside plate. Count will move to 2-1. As the Bobcat pitcher, Shane Conahan, performing well. Only 1 run across for the Hurricanes. The pitch is bounced in the dirt. 3-1, the hitter's count. And Conahan will have to throw a strike here. The 3-1 pitch. That swung through as they were checked down at first. Runner gets back in time. And it looks like it was a strikeout thrown out play. So that'll be a strikeout. And I'll bring up Jonathan Martin. Jonathan Martin, number 20. The junior out of Irvinville, Georgia. A bounce in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Runner at first, 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch finds the strike zone, 1-1. Jonathan Martin attended Irwin County High School. That ball bounces in the dirt, 2-1. The left-handed hitting Martin takes one low, 3-1. The hitters count. Conahan will need to throw a strike here. 3 balls, 1 out. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch is fouled off to the left beyond the Bobcat bullpen. And now the count will go full. So it's a 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. This would be a big pitch coming up. The payoff pitch is swung at back and foul, so we'll do it again at 3-2. So right now 13-1. Bobcats looking to keep it a 12-run advantage. And that ball goes outside, and he will take first base. So a 2-out walk puts runners at first and second for Hunter Foster. Hunter Foster. The center fielder from Hazelhurst, Georgia. That ball goes right down the middle, strike number 1. Oh, 1 is the count. Runners at first and second. Swung through for a strike, 0-2. Foster, the right-handed hitter, came into play 4 and 4. 4 doubles coming in, 4 RBIs, 22 bases. He will send this into the left field gap. The lead runner around third and come home as a big RBI single for Foster will plate the second run of the game for the Hurricanes. The runner from first will advance to third. And now the Bobcats will meet on the mound, and we may have a move here. We'll see. With the 2 runs in now, 1 run this inning for the Hurricanes. The entire Bobcat infield will come in. First game of plenty of games this weekend. Tomorrow we'll have a doubleheader baseball game, games 2 and 3 of this series here at John Kurtz Field. Right next door we'll have Georgia College softball doubleheader, and then over at the Centennial Center we'll have doubleheader basketball. The women followed by the men. So with 2 outs, we'll reset. 90 pitches right now for the starter, Callaway. He will stay in the game at 90.
Looks like the rain is pushed back. Not a bad idea to start earlier because
Shane Conahan, the first pitch. Found the outside corner, 1-0. Ball goes outside. Number 25, Bo Halcomb, will take a ball 2-0. Halcomb, the sophomore from LaGrange, Georgia. Takes it in for a strike, 2-1. So the Hurricanes putting something together here in the top of the 5th inning. This will be popped up into right field. Miller will come in and corral that in for out number 3. So we played 4.5 here at John Kurtz Field, and the Bobcats find themselves up 13-2. Jason Cook will lead things off for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the 5th inning. As the ball sailed outside, 1-0 from a new pitcher for the Hurricanes. We don't have any numbers for him, so this, according to our records, is his debut. And that's Peyton Sells. His ball outside, 1-1. Peyton Sells, the sophomore from Perry, Georgia. Sells making what we think is a sophomore first appearance. Ball goes inside. Attended Perry High School 2 years ago. Stands 6'5", southpaw. That one is fouled back. Number 26, Jason Cook. 1 for 2 with a single. That ball will go outside. 3-2, full count to Jason Cook. That ball gets fouled back and we'll redo it again at 3-2.
Okay, so Connor, you got a new third baseman, Miguel Urbina.
So we got some changes here. Miguel Urbina will check into third base for the Hurricanes. And Wilkes will move from third base to catcher. That ball gets fouled back. Redo it again at 3-2. So the third baseman, Wilkes, goes behind the plate. And we got a new third baseman for the Hurricanes. And that ball will go to the right, foul. Still a full count here to the Bobcat. Cook. As Cook was ground this to second, up and throw, 4-3. And that'll be out that'll be, oh, he'll beat it out. See, nope, 4-3. I had the first time. 4-3. Ground out. Cassius Young will hit after the 4-3 ground out.
That was perfect, Paul. Good job, buddy.
So the 1 out, that will drop in for a ball. Cassius Young, marketing major from Atlanta. Singled and homered. Credit. Goes inside 2-0.
It doesn't matter. It's literally a web-based program. It doesn't matter.
I mean,
it's up to you.
I can try it on my laptop when I get home.
It's gonna work.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a.
I'll just use that.
Okay. 2-0 is the count. And this one is lifted in the center right field. As Hill will come over, because that's Foster. And catch it out number 2.
Next up for the Bobcats, Jay Saunders.
That'll bring up Jay Saunders. Saunders, they has walked twice and flown out to right, so officially 0 for 1. The 4th time hitting. Saunders will take that in for a strike in the 0-2 hole. The next pitch to Saunders. And that hits him, so it did not hit him, but it looked like it did. As that one gets him moving. Move the count to 1-2. He will send this in the right field for a 2-out single. Saunders picks up his first hit of the game. And now Therese Miller will hit. Check that, we got a pinch hitter. So Therese Miller's night is over. And we'll bring in Shane Conahan from Beaver Springs, Pennsylvania, the exercise science major.
Yes, they were 17. Yeah. So nice double. All right, so I just emailed you the roster files and texted you.
Conahan takes that outside for a ball. 1-0. Conahan, the starting pitcher of this game. Takes it low and outside. 2-0. Two count to the starting pitcher. Starting pitcher / pinch hitter. Conahan will send this down the left field line. And he's caught it in foul territory as the third baseman of the Hurricanes. So that will end the inning. There's nothing going here for the Bobcats. But they're fine with it for now because they are up 13-2.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
New pitcher for the Bobcats, Luke Scudalori will pitch the left-hander. The freshman stands 6'1" out of Roswell, Georgia, and attended Milton High School last year. We got a pinch hitter for the Hurricanes, number 10, Bradley Ho. And that Ho would take it back 0-1 foul. Senior from Vienna, Georgia. That ball goes in the dirt, 1-1. One pitch is popped up in the air towards the second baseman, and second baseman Gentry will lunge and get that in. So pop up to second. And number 7, Matthew Mamata will hit. Mamatas will take that into left field. 1 out single. There will only be a single, but a hit for the Hurricanes. And now it's run at first. I'll bring up number 31, Miguel Urbina, the junior from Dallas, Georgia. He'll call time. Or the catcher will call time and go meet with his pitcher. Looks like the manager is coming out of the dugout. Head coach Jason Ellis says, looking like we're going to have a pitching change. That'll be all for Luke Scudolori. They're discussing on the mound, so we'll see. Nothing official yet. The entire infield is in, and catcher talking to Jason Ella, the head coach. And yeah, we'll have a new pitcher. New pitcher coming in for the Bobcats. We'll take a break, and the Bobcats And we're back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That ball comes in low 1-0 to number 31, Miguel Urbina, the junior. One 0 pitch finds the strike zone. 1-1. The pitch will be line grounded up to short to third, 6th, first. 6-3 on the play. Out number 1. Check that, out number 2.
Next up at the bat for the Hurricanes, Colby Hall.
And Colby Hall will hit for the Hurricanes. Hall, the sophomore from Lake Park, Georgia. That ball sailed outside, 1-0.
Had Hall come in defensively last inning at catcher. We had that wrong to begin with. Originally we had Wilkes, the third baseman, moving over, but it was Hall, 32 instead of 22, Connor, there.
Hall will swing right through that. Move the count to 1-1.
So this is his first at bat. Got on Hall for the year. Colby Hall, 0 for 1 on the season. So just playing in his second ball game.
And that ball will bring the catcher out of the crouch. Outside, 2-1.
Sturgill on the season, let's see, what's he doing? He's making his third appearance. They're all relief, a 6.75 ERA, 1 1/3 innings pitch for him. So trying to get the opportunity to bring those numbers down a little bit here.
Swung through for a strike, 2-2. Deuces wild.
Oh, there you go, Connor. You got it, Deuces wild. Got some arms warming up in the Georgia College bullpen. Looks like we might break the rest of the game up. That's Forrest Wilson out there. Looks like he might be throwing with another pitcher. So no catcher involved out there yet, so just early stuff.
And that ball will find the strike zone to end the inning. So the Hurricanes threaten, but they do not score as we go to the middle of the 6th inning. It's 13-3 Bobcats.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, man, T, move down.
It's a tearjerker!
To the bottom of the 6th we go, alongside Assistant Athletic Director Al Weston. I'm Connor King, as Cam Hill from Marietta, Georgia will hit. Hill singled and walked so far.
Yeah, got a fly out mixed in there too, so I think he's 1 for 2 officially.
That ball will find the strike zone for a strike 0-1. Hill, the freshman biology major, looks at another strike, quickly 0-2.
Hey, you'll see some fun majors sometimes from our student athletes. You're not your typical student athletes academically, and so biologies and get some sciences going. You'll get some nursing majors, things like that.
And that ball gets fouled back to the fence. Count now will hold at 0-2.
I believe I got a biology major sitting next to me, don't I? Yes, indeed. Bailey Clark doing the stats. Biology. Are you double major? Are you doing something else? Pre-med concentration. Okay, there you go. So those baseball statistics are going to treat you real well when you're trying to get into pre-med school. Good knowledge.
The 1-2 pitch. Goes
nice.
right inside.
Nice breaking ball there. Looked like it was going to hit Cam at one point there and then almost snapped into the zone on him.
There was another pitch earlier to the Bobcats where I thought the player got hit.
Yep, they'll come inside like that. You can get that breaking pitch. It'll freeze the batter. There's not much they can do except for watch it go across the plate.
Looking back to the majors, I found a lot of business majors.
Yeah, the baseball team will feature a lot of business, a lot of exercise science, those sorts of positions. But
management and marketing and business.
Yep, management, marketing, business. Those are a lot of baseball players will do that. At least over history, they have.
And this one is lined into left field for a hit. So leadoff single for Cam Hill. Second single of the night.
Yeah, now we get a matchup of former high school teammates here from Perry High School, as Cal Gentry, the junior out of Perry High, takes on the sophomore Peyton Sells, also out of Perry, Georgia, and Perry High.
Gentry 3 for 3, all singles and a walk, takes a strike 0-1.
Going to be a tough spot here for Gentry, the lefty-lefty matchup, particularly with the the three-quarter, almost sidearm delivery of the pitcher there. It's going to look like everything's coming just right at you. Tough to pick up the baseball.
And that ball will be fouled down the right field line. Move the count to 0-2.
Yeah, nice reliever here. He's doing a pretty good job seeing his first action as Sells this season. And he's looked pretty sharp so far.
The 0-2 pitch will bring his catcher out of the crouch outside. 1-2 goes the count.
Good job there by the new catcher, keeping things in front, not allowing the speedy Cam Hill to advance a bag.
We already had one stolen base earlier. And that ball goes low 2-2. That was by Jason Cook, who stole second earlier.
Yep, Hill will steal a base from time to time as well. One in as many tries so far in the young season. Probably not here, though, with the 11-run lead in the midway portion of the ball game.
The 2-2 pitch will go out and roll back, and just like that, off the wild pitch, Hill will advance to second.
Well, got him now in scoring position. Looks like Sells has had some trouble with that breaking pitch outside, losing the handle on it a couple of times here. He needs to work back to the middle portion, the inside portion of the plate.
And that ball goes outside for ball number 4. So he gets walked. they end up not needing that wild pitch.
Yeah, the wild pitch gets wiped out anyway. Would have made it to second base on the walk. But 2 ducks on the pond here for the Bobcat DH, Will Hudgens.
Hudgens 2 strikeouts, both swinging so far. The first pitch to him is swung at and fouled back to the left, 0-1. Hudgens, third at bat. Third at bat here for Hudgens. One count. And Hudgens will ground it up to the shortstop. 6-4-3. And that will be 2 outs. So a 6-4-3 double play. The runner will advance to third on the play. And quickly, there's 2 outs. So traditional 6-4-3 double play. We'll bring up number 10, Casey Brown. And that ball came in tight. 1-0. Brown singled and flew to center. And he will pop this into center right field. And on the fence and gone. Home run for Casey Brown.
Yeah, how about that, buddy? You don't have a single home run coming into the ball game. We get 2 in this one. One for Cassius Young, one for Casey Brown now. Brown showed some power, I was told, in the fall season. And so that's the first one of his Bobcat career.
Good piece of hitting for Brown. That ball goes outside. 1-0 to number 1, Garrett Green. Yeah, to second guess myself there. We haven't seen this. This is the second home run of the season. Oh, it did actually go out.
Yeah, you couldn't quite tell.
And it was directly center field, so there was no angle from our view.
Yep, the only thing that showed you was when Foster came down off the fence, he kind of hung his head a little bit. That was the only way I could tell that it was out.
Ball goes low, 2-1.
Got 7 RBI now on the season for Casey Brown after that 2-run jack.
Green will line this right to the pitcher, 1-3, and that ends the inning. But Casey Brown steps up and hits a big home run. The Bobcats pick up 2 in the inning. It is now 15-2. Bobcats on top.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
There we go. All right, back to action. We got Jason Beta, the second baseman, due up. Got a new second baseman for Georgia College as well, as Eric Furphy takes over for Cal Gentry at second. That's the only spot that the umpire pointed to, so I think that's our only substitution. Looks like the outfielders are the same. So Beta, the lefty, is up here. Got a first pitch misses to him for a ball. First time, of course, facing Ashton Sturgill, the reliever. And that's poured in there for a strike. Sturgill, sidearm right-hander, 6'2", 170. From Evans, Georgia. Evans High. Up there near Augusta. Beta cuts and misses. He already struck out twice today. Both those times were off a Camac, though. Top of the seventh, Georgia College leading 15-2. 15 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Or Georgia College. For Georgia Southwestern, it's 2-7-2. Cut on and missed. And Beta goes down on strikes. First down of the inning. And I got 2 strikeouts now for Sturgill. And that brings up the first baseman, Tyler Skelton. Skelton with a couple of hits today. He has been one of the bright spots for Georgia Southwestern, that's for sure.
And when you're the Bobcats and you put 15 runs up to start homecoming weekend.
Yeah, that's a good way to get it rolling, huh? Jeez.
Yeah.
Pitch on the outside, Black. Looked like a breaking ball there. Had some lateral movement to it.
This is kind of like a setup game to all the games happening tomorrow. It's the sixth contest.
Yeah, hopefully, a nice little sweep of homecoming action for the Bobcats this weekend. We'll see. That pitch poured in there for a strike. It's 0-2 now to Skelton.
Is tomorrow going to be the first time that we...
I think it's 1-1, guys. Will, can I get a 1-1? 1-1 pitch. Tried to check his swing, couldn't hold up, and they say he went around. Skelton from Forsyth and Mary Persons High, the sophomore. Hey, setting a 1-2 pitch. In on the fist, gonna yank it foul. Bounding ball over there to the third base coach's box. Got a right-hander warming up for Georgia College with some vigor over there. That's Forrest Wilson. I think we'll probably see him in the 8th, or if we have some trouble here in the 7th.
With softball and basketball and baseball here going on tomorrow, will tomorrow be the first time that the Bobcat Broadcast Network streams 3 broadcasts simultaneously?
You know, I think that is a fact. I think you're right on that one. We did get a little bit of extra technology over the summer that is going to allow us to do, a third stream. Yeah, I think you're right, Connor. I think that's the first time we're going triple barrel. Normally we would have to make some sort of, Sophie's Choice type of scenario where, which one are you going to cut? And we're gonna get all 3 broadcasts on tomorrow. For Incentennial, if you're listening to the basketball broadcast, that'll be the Golden Tones of Scott McLeod there. Out here, I think you got the ball game tomorrow for baseball, don't you, the doubleheader?
That's the plan.
Yep, so Connor's going to take care of the action for baseball tomorrow. And if you're listening to softball, that will be Sam Jones, a Bobcat alumni. As cutting this play off is Cassius Young, going to be a ground out to the third baseman for out number 2. That ball was bouncing towards Cook, but Cash came over and cut him off, said he'd take care of it instead. But yeah, so then so Sam Jones, I'm excited to have Sam back in town. He's an alumnus. He worked for me for 4 years, started as a freshman, and he's an outstanding broadcaster. I think you'll really enjoy the broadcast from softball tomorrow if you tune into that. So yeah, going to try and go triple barrel tomorrow. We'll see. Fingers are officially crossed. Toes, anything I got, cross it. Because we'll if the technology holds up, we'll bring you everything.
Yeah, I remember doing broadcasts with Sam Jones, and they were a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, Sam's a good one. He's real professional level type of broadcast. He's fun to listen to, that's for sure. Jonathan Martin, the right fielder, up now. Lefty batter flares this one foul up on the hill. Had a pretty nice crowd today, given the weather. With the rainy weather, I thought it would keep some folks back, but we had a lot of nice cars up on the hill. It sort of quieted down a little bit as it's gotten a little bit cooler into the evening, and the score has probably helped that out a little bit too, as Bobcats have kind of things under control here. A little bit outside, almost offered at it, did Martin, but he did not pull the trigger, so it's 1-2. 19 pitches, 12 strikes for Sturgill so far, as he's had a nice relief outing here. Been very solid. Has not allowed a base runner yet. Will that hold up? Indeed it will. Shane Conahan takes about a step and a half before grabbing that screaming liner right in the leather. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 they go in the 7th. It's stretch time here at John Kurtz Field. We will head to the bottom half with Georgia College up 15-2 from here at Georgia College's West Campus. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Let's go to the bottom of the 7th. Bobcats up by 13 here. A comfortable lead with Jason Cook at the plate, the Bobcats shortstop. Righty batter against the lefty, Sells, who has looked pretty sharp here today. Kind of auditioning, I think, for some future innings is this lefty. Working from the stretch with the bases empty. After that foul ball, here comes the 0-1 from Sells. And it's outside. Kind of gives you that three-quarter delivery, almost sidearm, but not quite. A little bit of horizontal movement to the break and pitch, and just about everything that comes out of his hand going to be coming in on right-handed batters, but it does allow Cook longer to look at the ball, so he sees it a bit clearer as it comes to the dish. Foul back and out of play.
Cook 1 for 2 with a single and a walk and a stolen base in the game.
Folks, want to remind you about the Georgia College Annual Athletic Auction coming up on April 27th. Got going to get you tickets purchased there. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year. This one is laced foul as well. $125 gets you dinner for two, access to all the auction items, both the silent and the live auction items. We got one entry as well in the $10,000 reverse raffle. That's right. Somebody's going to win $10,000. Could be you, but you got to buy your ticket. You can get them from any athletic department personnel. Anybody you know. Or just come on over to the Centennial Center. Purchase them there. You can make a phone call to 478-445-6341, and Patty will sell you one. That's 478-445-6341. Coming up April 27th, our biggest fundraiser of the year. We use that money to get scholarship money, special building projects, all the facility changes that we do, and, all the student-athlete welfare stuff. Off the fist there, and what a great play, and also beating him to first base. My goodness, what a ball there by Skelton as he went diving into the line, hopped up, and won the foot race between he and Cook. That was a close play over there. And it's one down now for Cassius Young. That was one of the best defensive plays we've had today.
Yeah, that was like Yeah.
I mean, just laid out 100% for it. Had to scramble to his feet and worry about, probably our fastest runner in Cook going down that first base path, and was just able to beat him.
Yeah, if we have to pick a defensive player of the game, that's it.
Got pinch hitter on deck, Noah Mendlinger. Mendlinger is on deck, so we'll see a new catcher for Georgia College, probably as a result of that as well. Got a 2-0 count here for Young. Kick in the fire, and it's a little bit outside. Cassius Young, big 2-run single, and also added a home run to it.
Count will move forward 3-2.
So Young with a full count here. Wanting to find a location to drop a hit out here. Low and away, going to be a walk instead. So Cassius Young will trot down to first base, and that brings up our new hitter. As we have the freshman, Mendlinger. Noah Mendlinger, a freshman, 5'8", 200 from Alpharetta, Georgia, in Alpharetta High. He's played in a couple of ball games so far, has Noah. 0 for 3. Does have a run scored, though, as he did reach the base paths once.
Freshman marketing major from Alpharetta.
So Mendlinger takes a first pitch strike, it looks like. Wide open stance for Noah, and he grabs the outside corner, so an 0-2 count for Noah Mendlinger. Got a big hole on the right side as they're holding Cassius Young on first base. If he can get around on one, got lots of space to work with between second and first. Off the very end of the bat, going to go the other way instead, and it's foul.
Who did Mendlinger pinch hit for?
Mendlinger pinch and hit for Saunders, so yeah, he'll probably stay in there in the catcher slot then. We'll set here, a little bit outside, and is that 1 and 2? Yep, 1 and 2 for him.
Saunders will finish tonight 1 for 3 with 2 walks. 1 for 2 with 2 walks.
So Saunders' day comes to a close. See him again tomorrow. Comes inside, and this is yanked to right center. There it is, folks, the first hit in the collegiate career of Noah Mendlinger. Nice piece of hitting there. Got a lot of the bat on it and just plunked it into right center for a single. Up to 14 hits now as a team for the Bobcats. And it brings up Shane Conahan. Conahan pinch hit and stayed in the ball game in right field. Good for Noah. Going to take that baseball back with him to hometown there in Alpharetta. Congratulations, Noah. First career hit for him, and we get the 200th career hit for Garrett Green all on the same day. Up and in, oh my goodness. Look out, fastball on Conahan. With the amount of time that Shane spends in the weight room, this isn't a guy you want to tussle with, I don't think.
No.
Pennsylvania native for Conahan. First year of play for the Bobcats. He was on the roster last year, had to sit out due to transfer guidelines coming from Elon University. 2-0 count here. Speedy outfielder. The set here. 2-0. Comes back inside again. And have a little bit of trouble with the zone now as Sells, as it's a 3-0 count.
Conahan 0 for 1. He popped to third base last time up.
Lefty-lefty matchup in Southwestern's favor. Got to imagine Conahan going to be taken all the way right here. And that is ball 4. So that loads him up. Couple of walks surrounding a single, and the bases are juiced with Bobcats. Do have another lefty warming up for the Hurricanes, so we might see him come in here fairly soon if the strike zone struggles continue. Cam Hill at the plate. Last trip up, let's see, just an inning ago, he singled and eventually came around to score. Came in on the hit by Brown, the 2-run home run. So 2 ducks on the pond here for Cam Hill. Outfield hasn't played just about straight away. Infield a little bit to the opposite field. But close to the line at first, making a nice gap in the right side. That first pitch misses outside. Looked like the breaking ball snapping out of the zone there. Mendlinger on second. Got Young on third. Forward first is Shane Conahan. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on and he yanked through the right side. Had a great gap to work with, and he took advantage of it. That's a 1-run single as we hold up Mendlinger on third. So Cam Hill with the RBI single. And it is now 16-2. Georgia College out in front. Hill up to 9 RBI now on the season. And that brings up Eric Furphy. Furphy gets his first at bat. And here comes head coach Josh McDonald. So we will see a pitching change as we're going to move to a new lefty. So Josh taking the slow walk out there. Coach McDonald going to yank his lefty and bring in a new one. We're going to take a brief break, folks, to figure out who the new hurler is, and we'll tell you all about that guy in just a moment. Stick around.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
All right, folks, we're back to it. Got a new left-hander. It is number 21, Hayden Martin. Do you have any numbers on him?
I don't see any numbers, so you may be new.
Okay, so first outing for Hayden Martin this season. As the sophomore, he's a lefty, 5'11", 156 from Woodstock, Georgia, and River Ridge High School. So lefty comes in to face our righty, Eric Furphy. Again, Furphy came in as a defensive player for the Bobcats, I believe at the top of this inning. I think it was the top of the 7th. And so this is his first at-bat. As we have Furphy up there, the senior, Swanee, Georgia, and a transfer from Wake Tech Community College.
He'll pinch hit for Cal Gentry, who finished his night 3 for 3, all singles in a walk.
First pitch swinging. He skies it to left side. That is a major league pop-up, folks. They might have snow coming on it when it comes down. As that gets squeezed by Urbina. Had to wait for it to come back in this atmosphere. Goodness gracious, that was up there. That is 2 outs now, right? Yeah, 2 down. And it's going to be the DH, Will Hudgens. Hudgens got him 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a double play ball. Would really like to see Hudgens get off the snide here, as he has struggled a little bit.
Yeah. Over 3 so far.
Dunwoody, Georgia native, takes a strike on the outside black. Looks like a pretty lively fastball there from Martin. Bases all loaded up with Bobcats with 2 down. Hudgens had such a great opening series against Payne. Picked up like 6 RBI in those 3 games, and then has been a little quiet since.
He's new to the Bobcats. He played for Georgia Southern University, the Division I last year.
Yep, Division I transfer, finished up his undergrad degree there, and came to the Bobcats to join his brother, who was on the pitching staff here as a freshman. There's a fastball up. I got a 1-1 count for Hudgens.
It's not a far distance change from Statesboro to Milledgeville.
Nope, just a quick trip up 16, and then 441 after that, right?
Sounds right.
1-1 pitch coming, and almost pulled the trigger on that high fastball. Hudgens able to hold up. 2-1.
I've lived in Georgia as long as I can remember, but I don't know all the geographics of it.
Where are you from, Connor?
Atlanta.
Up in Atlanta area, like in one of the suburbs, or just straight Atlanta?
Well, I grew up in Decatur, but now we're living right in Atlanta.
Nice. All right, cool. Cut on a miss there. We got Deuces Wild here at John Kurtz Field as Hudgens gets back into that right-hand batter's box. Good speed on the base pass. Got Hill over there. Might be able to score 3 if he gets something to the gap. Got him played a little bit to the opposite field. And breaking pitch. Tried to backdoor that curveball that stayed outside. Didn't quite get enough snap on it. Good sized gap in left center if Hudgens can get out in front of one and send it in that direction. Can run forever. We'll set here in a payoff pitch is skied, foul back behind us. 16-2 the score. Georgia College jumped out in front with a 9 spot in the very first inning and have not looked back since. Bradley Kamak with a good solid 5 innings. What did he give up there? 2 runs for him. So Bradley on the hook to get the win here. Cut on a miss, and Hudgens might have helped him out on ball 4 there. They looked up around the eyeballs, but it's out number 3. So the Bobcats bring 1 more across. It is now 16-2 after 7. Be right back with the top of the 8th. Should be 4, 5, 6 due up for Georgia Southwestern. We'll be right back with that action and more here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
New inning brings a new pitcher for Georgia College as 47, Forrest Wilson takes to the mound. What do you got on him there, Connor?
3 appearances, no ERA, 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 11 batters faced, and a 273 average against him.
So he will face, to start off here, the center fielder Hunter Foster, cleanup hitter for Georgia Southwestern. At least he's due up anyway. But, so Forrest, his first season of action, he was a redshirt last season. So there's Foster against Forrest Wilson. Righty-righty matchup in the favor of the Bobcats here.
Wilson's from Marietta, Georgia, the redshirt freshman, so a marketing major. So redshirt freshman, so was on the team last year but just didn't play.
Yep, saw some action in the first 2 weekends for us, and might be counted on to get some middle relief innings for us down the stretch. Good to see him getting in action in a conference ball game here. 1-1 to count. Had the bounced the ball up there and then a foul ball. Wilson comes set, swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Set here, Wilson trying to get the punch out. 1-2 pitch. Sent to short instead. That's Cook. Stays down nicely on him. Throw over to first is one hop. That's going to be an error on the Bobcat shortstop. Advancing up to second on the play.
Batting next for the Hurricanes, Bo Halka.
First error of the ball game for Georgia College goes to Cook and puts a runner on second for Bo Halcom.
You know, the top of the 8th inning, Bobcats with the 16-2 lead.
Noah Mendlinger stays in behind the dish after that pinch hit. He will continue to catch for, I imagine, the rest of the contest because he's the last catcher on the roster. Everybody else is on the bench. Pitch taken for a strike there. And I believe the count is 0-1.
Bobcats have back-to-back weekends with double headers on Saturday, so they're going to have to manage their roster tomorrow.
Swung on and lifted to center, grabbed there easily by Cam Hill. Going back to the second base bag on that play. We got one down. So now we got another pinch hitter here for Georgia Southwestern, as number 38, Mark Felton, the junior from Valdosta, Georgia, and transfer from ABAC, gets his first rec. Being told he was at Armstrong State for a freshman season, of course, before the athletic department disbanded there with the consolidation with Georgia Southern. You got any numbers on Felton? Has he played yet this year? Yes,
Right.
he.
125 average. He's played in 3 games, 8 at-bats, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 homer, 3 RBIs.
Lifted, right side, back. Going to get out of play. Green gives chase. He won't get to it.
Seems like both of these teams are using a lot of the starters and reserves because they're probably going to need all of them tomorrow with the doubleheader.
Cut on and missed there by Felton. 1-2 now the count. Felton pinch hitting here in the DH slot. That's the third guy to bat here in this spot in the order. Had Moore to start, then turned it over to Huff, and now Felton. 2-2 now. powerful looking fellow in that right-hand batter's box. 2-2 pitch is lifted left side. That is shallow left field. Calling everybody off is Cook, and he'll grab that one. For out number 2. 2 down for the shortstop, Matthew Mamatis. Mamatis had a single in the 6th, his last trip to the plate. One of 7 hits for Georgia Southwestern. First time, of course, facing Wilson, and that pitch starts him off outside.
Top of the 8th inning.
1-0 is low. So a quick 2-0 here. And Wilson behind on the batter. Wilson brings the 2-0, and it is skied to the right side this time. Long run for Furphy, and he will get to it. The fly out to Furphy there at second base in shallow right field. And that ends the top of the 8th. No runs, 1 hit. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. Bobcats up 16-2. We'll be right back with more on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Bottom half of the 8th inning, and the Hurricanes go to the bullpen once again. As we got another lefty. Who we got here, Connor?
We got Morgan Bell, 0-0 with no ERA, but only 1 appearance into the season. In that appearance, he pitched 2 innings pitched, allowed 2 runs, struck out 2, and faced 8 batters, and hit one of the batters.
So must have been unearned runs if he has a 0 ERA. So a new pitcher here. That is Morgan Bell, freshman. A lefty, 5'10", 146 from Albany, Georgia. And Alatoona High School. Getting in there for the Bobcats is Casey Brown. Goodness, I got to tattoo this on my back of my hand. I always want to turn him into Bryce Bowen. These 2 new guys, and they couldn't be more different. One's a lefty, one's a righty. One's a pitcher, first baseman. The other guy plays outfield and stuff. And it's just like, come on, Casey Brown. Here we go. And of all people, too, he's 1 for 2. He's got a home run to his credit. 2-run jack that came in the 6th. Fastball up. I got a 1-1 count for the Bobcat left fielder.
Brown transferred from South Georgia State College from last year.
The kick and the fire, and it's cut on and missed. Trying to add a second home run to the total there. Looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter on deck for Green. as Bryce Bowen has grabbed a bat, cut on a miss there by Brown, and he goes down on strikes. Trouble with that outside fastball, couldn't catch up to it. So Bryce Bowen will bat for the Bobcats. Bowen, a couple at bats to his credit so far this year, as he is 2 for 6 with a run scored. Pitch in there for a strike. Now Bowen transfer from Clemson University, from Elberton, Georgia, 6'4", 220, big fella in that left-hand batter's box. 1-0 pitch, bounces in the right-hand side, and Bowen lays off it. Big Bryce.
From Elberton, Georgia, the sophomore, the middle education major.
Yeah, Bryce will do a little bit of both. He's pitched some. Actually got a start against West Georgia in midweek. Big cut and a miss, and actually I think he tipped it foul in and out of the mitt there for Hall. But, yeah, Bryce, he'll pitch. He'll play some first base. I think he got a start at DH during the Tampa series as well. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. In on the fists and foul. Going to yank that one to, I believe that's Jake Sandlin over in the first base coach's box.
Yeah, I had Bowen on my pitchers list. I had to put a note to make him a hitter too.
Yep, he'll get a few at bats. Another big cut and a miss, and it's tap foul there at the plate. 1-2. Bobcats had a righty warming up here. Not sure who we got. That might be Chandler Amison. Well, something in the teens looks like 13. And that one misses. 2-2 now the count. If it is 13, that's Connor Wilson out there. We might see Connor for the 9th then. Kick in the fire, and going to catch the outside black, a looking strikeout. So 2 outs here, and both of them strikeouts for Bell. So Bell making an impact right away here. Jason Cook, shortstop, grounded out to first base his last time up. That was a great play by Skelton, where he stopped looked like it might have been a double going down the line with a dive and grab, and then won the foot race. Foul back to the fence there by Cook. Jason Cook, shortstop. Here comes the pitch. It's the fastball up. Cook lays off it. Cook's had a real good bat. Came into the ball game as I think the number 2 hitter on the team, 345 the batting average. And a 1-1 pitch to him to the right side, and Beta comes up with it over to Skelton just barely in time. The routine is made difficult by the speed of Cook from time to time. But 1-2-3 go the Cats here in the 8th. 8 in the books. It's Georgia College 16 and Georgia Southwestern 2. We're 3 outs away from wrapping this up and picking up our first Peach Belt Conference win of the 2019 season. I've got Urbina, Hall, and Beta due up, so that's 8-9-1 for Georgia Southwestern. We'll be right back with that in just a moment.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Probably one of my favorite warm-up songs, I think, is it's just got random shouting noises at the beginning. I don't know what's going on there. I'm not up on the current hippie-hoppy sort of music. That's not Al's style. I'm more of a classic rock guy myself. But Connor Wilson likes whatever this is. And apparently it gets him fired up, because that's Connor Wilson. And Connor King, going to tell you all about Connor Wilson.
Wilson comes in no record, 13.50 ERA through 2 appearances, two thirds innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. And that's 5 batters faced at a 400 average against.
So Connor, the senior, 6'4", 215 from Noonan, Georgia, and a transfer from West Georgia Tech in his second year as a Bobcat. Going to be charged with closing things out here. Obviously not a save situation for Connor, but opportunity to get a sharp 1-2-3 and impress the coaches a little bit. His first opponent will be Urbina. Miguel joined the ball game about halfway through over at third base. And so he will dig into that right-hand batter's box. Urbina, last time up, he grounded out to shortstop. Open stance, kind of standing almost upright in there, and he takes a pitch high. 1-0 the count for Urbina. Working from the stretch with nobody on the base paths, and that one trickles low. So 2-0 here. Wilson working on finding the strike zone here. Bobcats playing no doubles, both corner infielders on the line. As that one is poured in there for a strike. We do have Bowen now over at first base for GC. He came in as a pinch hitter. And that is Bowen, not Brown. That's Bowen over there. Right, Al? Goodness. That's poured in there for a strike, and Wilson battles back to even things out at 2-2.
It's confusing because you got the B to start the name, and then the main vowel in both names is an O.
Connor's just making excuses for me. I appreciate that, buddy, but I think I'm just screwing it up. That's the excuse. Al's not doing a good job. Swung on to the right side. Furphy, oh, man, that was funky. Let's go hit there. That's tough. That had some funk on it. I mean, it was right off the cue shot, sort of off the end of the bat, and that second hop, it just scooted away from Furphy. He had all of his stuff working toward first base. He couldn't get to that one. So a single there for Urbina, hit number 8 of the ball game. And this is the catcher. Oh, no, we got a pinch hitter here. All right. So this is Cole Clark, the junior from Natunta, Georgia, and Brantley County High. So Clark pinch hitting here for the catcher Hall.
And no numbers on him, so this is his debut.
Okay, so first action for Cole Clark here this 2019 season. Thought about pulling the trigger and apparently should have. Caught the outside black. It's 1-1. Runner on first. Got there with the single. Here comes a 1-1 pitch, and that's up high. Two and one to count. Set here. Wilson brings it. Bounces off the plate. Good stop there by Mendlinger. And now a delivery from Wilson is poured in there for a strike. Clark thought he might have had ball 4, but instead Wilson lives to fight another pitch here.
Bobcats trying to close things out here at John Kurtz Field.
Payoff pitch on the way, slice foul back to the fence. Second baseman Jason Beta on deck. Looks like he might have a pinch hitter for him as well, as it looks like Tyler Adams has grabbed a bat. So the Hurricanes emptying the bench here in the ninth, trying to get some fresh bats up there. Payoff pitch on the way, skied to the right side. Going to be shallow right field. On the move is Conahan. No problem there for him. Oh, that's actually Matthew Chester in right field now. All right, so
Chester occupying right field.
yep, new right fielder Matthew Chester came in for Conahan, apparently out there and right. I think he just started at the beginning of this inning because he hasn't seen any at-bats yet. So we'll put Chester in right field. Got the new hitter as well. That is 39 Tyler Adams, redshirt freshman from Ocala, Florida.
Through one game played, 3 at-bats with 1 strikeout.
Yeah, pinch hitter is Adams, 39 Tyler Adams. Pitch to him, cut on a missed, and it's at least 1-1. Indeed it is, 1-1. Bobcats a double play ball away from finishing off this ball game now. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped off the front foot there. Going to be foul.
Bobcats are looking to improve to 4-4, move back to 500. 1-0 in conference play.
You're looking at Southwestern stuff there. They were 3-4, so we would move to 6-4.
6-4, but we would be 1-0 in conference play.
Yes, that part you got right. Absolutely.
It's easy when the number's a 0.
Yeah, that is a good point.
This is opening night for conference play. Southwestern will drop to 3-5 and go to 0-1 in conference play.
Wilson here was set. Now a 2-2 on the way to Adams. And it just misses outside. Not by much there. Tyler doing a good job laying off of that one. So now a payoff pitch due. Was set. Here it comes. Swung on a miss. He struck him out. Out number 2. And Connor Wilson picks up a strikeout. So down to their last out now in the form of Tyler Skelton, the first baseman. Now, this is a good one. He's got a couple of hits today. Last trip up, though, he grounded out to third base. Set here. The first pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Oh, 1 pitch is yanked foul, and now the Hurricanes are down to their last strike.
Bobcats looking to finish off a strong Peach Belt Conference opening night, pretty much, for Peach Belt Conference play.
Yeah, good statement made here by Georgia College in the defense of that 2018 Peach Belt Conference Championship. Set here now in the 0-2, swung on, skied to right. This could be it. Matthew Chester back a few steps, and he squeezes that one for out number 3. The freshman makes the last out. Connor Wilson finishes it off. So that's the end of the ball game. Georgia College picks up the win 16-2. 16 hits, 16 runs, and 1 error for Georgia College. For Georgia Southwestern, it's 2 hits, 8 runs, and 2 errors. The Bobcats, as Connor mentioned, will move to 6-4, 1-0 in the Peach Belt Conference. For Georgia Southwestern, it's now 3-5 and 0-1. Pitcher decisions, we got a win for the starter Bradley Kamak. He's going to move to 2-1. The loss will go to their starter Cole Garrett, his first decision. He's 0-1 this season. All right, folks, so that's the end of the ball game. Connor's going to bring you all the action tomorrow. I want to thank you for tuning in here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Again, a 1 p.m. start tomorrow for doubleheader action between these two teams once again. You can catch that, or you can watch some softball. That's also at 1 p.m., and then doubleheader basketball begins at 3:30 in the Centennial Center. All that will be brought to you on the Bobcat Broadcast Network, and we hope you tune in tomorrow. We'll see you then.